It takes a lot for me to get scared, to be afraid, or to even feel goosebumps. And believe it or not, today at the gym, I was watching some scary videos and something about this night lady, the night lady came onto my feed and I started watching a video about it. Let me tell you this, I was scared at the gym. I was scared in the sauna because there's something about this legend or this story or this happening that just left me very eerie and very uneasy. It takes place in Chihuahua, Mexico, a little bit right outside of Chihuahua, Mexico, between the years of 2009 and 2010. And apparently there was a case, there was a mishappening of missing children. So a lot of kids were going missing, and just the kids were going missing, not the parents, not teenagers, just kids. And all of a sudden there was a night where there was this one kid that he was sleeping and then he felt someone, he grabbed him. And as that person was grabbing them, he started to scream bloody murder. He started to scream for help, Ama, Abba, you know, screaming for his parents. Parents came running, but by the time they got there, the window was wide open and whatever that was grabbing this child had left, gone. I'm getting goosebumps just telling you guys this story because it's an actual really good story. So the police come and they start talking to the family, they start talking to the kid, and what happened is that they brought an illustrator to draw this person that this kid saw, and this kid started describing it, this and that, and then what the illustrator ended up drawing was this. Yo, that is very scary. That is very night fuel-ish. Yes, yeah, that got me a little scared. But that's not the best part of the story, to be honest. Before I do begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, go grab something to drink, go grab something to eat, tell your friends about this spooky channel, and let's continue with this really scary story. Also, cue the shirt. Look at the shirt. Really pretty. We know who's in the back, the one and only Leo Messi, the GOAT. Also, very quick, by the time this video drops, I will be in New York. So, in the comment section down below, if you know anything scary about New York, please write it down, and I'd like to investigate it or look at it or go do research in it. Let me know, let me know. In almost every video I make, I always talk about how Latin culture and horror go hand in hand. Like, there's really no divisiveness. There's no division between these two topics. Like, Latinos and horror, cosas de miedo, horror, always go hand in hand. I'm sorry, you can't nullify that. And this story just gets even intense and kind of confirms what I've been saying. So you saw the picture of that lady, scary AF, but then it gets even more interesting. So there was another picture that went around. And the thing is, like, there's not really any concrete evidence of this lady at all. All we have is this illustration, this drawing that the kid described, and that's pretty much it. And a bunch of cases of missing children. And then one night there was this young girl that was kind of hanging out in her house, in her room in Mexico, in Chihuahua, Mexico, and all of a sudden she goes outside just to, I guess, catch some air, because if you've ever been to Mexico, especially that midsection of the north and the north part of Mexico, in the summertime it gets very humid and very hot. This girl goes out and she's like, hey, let me just catch some breath, a breath of fresh air, let me get some fresh air. As she goes outside, she sees the silhouette of a woman standing on top of a roof and snaps this other picture. Yes! Yo! Tell me if that's not nightmare fuel. That looks hella scary. Hella, ugh. I just can't. And till this day, we don't know what happened to the night lady, as she's called. She never got caught. I think the cases of missing children kind of dimmed down and died off. There hasn't been any reports of missing children. But it's like, what the freak was going on? What was this lady doing? Legend has it is that this lady during the day will go on top of the roof of a random house of where kids would be sleeping and living in. And then when nightfall happens, she'll, I guess, come out and be like, let me go steal some kids. And what happens is that she will see where the window is, and then she'll go through the window. I'm guessing she'll open the window and just kind of crawl herself in the window. And then legend has it that these kids will be sleeping, and then they'll open their eyes. As they open their eyes, in the foot of their bed, this night lady would be there just staring at them, watching them sleep, and she would just kidnap them and take them. And we don't know where these kids end up. We don't know what happened to these kids. We don't know what's going on with these kids. Now, I'm about to give you guys, I guess, things that I know because I lived in Guatemala. I studied music in Guatemala. I've toured in Mexico as well, in Central America. So unfortunately, I'm about to share some information. I don't know. I can't really confirm if this is the things that actually did happen. I don't know if that makes any sense, but just bear with me, yeah? In Central America, there's a lot of witchcraft, a lot of occult, a lot of Satanism, a lot of satanic stuff happening happening. And unfortunately, a lot of things that they require for you to join the cult, to join the pact, the sect, is they will have you kidnap kids and sacrifice them, which is horrendous, horrifying. I remember when I was in Guatemala in 06 and 07, there was many cases of missing kids. And then unfortunately, they'll find the bodies of these kids somewhere along like the deep side of the city and in the caves or in the Barranco, which is kind of like the cliff side of the city, because Guatemala is very terrainy, is really up and down. They'll find some kids' bodies, but at the same time, they'll find candles and pentagrams and weird anomalies of like weird things of like, you know, animal blood and human blood, and unfortunately a child's remain. And I'm kind of guessing that's something that probably was happening with this night lady, as she was just sacrificing kids to please the demons, to please the entities and all this stuff that is so horrible and so sad. Again, I cannot fully confirm that this is what this night lady was, but looking at her face, it's hella scary. I know late at night they'll tell you ghost stories in Guatemala and Mexico to keep the kids inside the house, because I always say it's not the dead that scare me, it's the people who are alive. And this lady, she was not a ghost, she was not a demon. I guess she probably was a demon, because what she was doing, you know, she was human, she was flesh and blood, and she was kidnapping kids to sacrifice them or to take them somewhere, or maybe she was selling them to witch doctors and occultists to get that, you know, fresh blood, that virgin blood, that child blood, the infant blood, which is so sad. And again, I'm not encouraging, but if you do some research on these topics, it's very prevalent in Latin America. It's a very sad thing that happens. I mean, it's not only sad, it's scary. It's very eerie that kids go missing. They're just sleeping in their room, and all of a sudden somebody breaks in and just takes them out, and just boom, that's it. My son is gone, my daughter is gone, and unfortunately you probably won't find them alive, because they really sacrifice these kids late at night in the forest or somewhere just to, I guess, please their demon and their demonic god or the devil. I don't even know. I am very curious though, if you're from Mexico, Guatemala, or Latin America, Central America, have you heard any cases of like missing kids and then their bodies being found just, I guess, drained from blood, which is so sad? Or do you know about the night lady? Because that night lady story really scared the hell out of me, because there's one thing that really scares me, is that when I'm sleeping, somebody will break in through my window and just watch me sleep. Not attack, not kill me, not torment me, but watch me sleep. That's probably one of the scariest things I've ever thought about in my head. Well, this was a very intense episode where we went from a so-called legend, I guess, that could be plausible, to some sad, deteriorating statistics, or I guess stories of missing children that are being sacrificed. Whew, I'm gonna need a breather. All right, guys, let me know what you think about this story, this spooky, scary, eerie story of the night lady. I am hella scared. I'm gonna go to sleep now, because I decided to film this before my flight to New York, so I'm gonna be leaving New York in a couple of days. But I'm scared. I'm really scared right now. All right, love you guys. God bless. Subscribe, like, watch all the other spooky videos, share with your friends. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this story and the case of missing children. Love you guys. Bye.